It's a sanctuary for birds and eagles and all sorts of critters that live through here. It's a beautiful place. You don't have a lot of traffic, and it's about a 9-hour hike from here to the next road.
We've heard it said before that artists are naturally drawn toward solitude. Well, Doug Andrews is tucked about as far back off Oak Creek Canyon as you can get. Surrounded by the high desert of northern Arizona, Doug paints without the common distractions of the outside world. This gives him time to concentrate on his favorite subject matter, Arizona's giant saguaro cactus.
Being in the desert and camping out and actually living with these saguaro cactuses is one of the most unique experiences I think anybody can ever have. The cactuses are just huge. They're just giants. They're giants of the desert.
Now, it seems Doug's got a desert full of live models to paint from, and he's often wondered what it is about the saguaro that stirs such deep passion. Maybe it's the life-giving bounty the tall, green monarchs offer to the desert wildlife. Whatever it is, the saguaro has become the undisputed dominant symbol of the American Southwest.
If you think about the Southwest, the main thing you think about is this saguaro cactus. There's no two saguaro that are going to be the same. Every cactus you come up against, it's a whole new ball game. They're the most unique things in the world.
The saguaro has become so familiar to folks in Arizona, they've assigned almost human qualities to their beloved desert dwellers. The saguaro has arms, not limbs, and when a saguaro dies, it leaves behind a skeleton.
You got to be halfway careful with the hitting bumps and stuff and breaking the arms. We also wrap up all the arms so you don't hit a bump and they'll break, because they are pretty fragile, some of the bigger arms and stuff, and especially if they're 20, 30 feet long cactuses, you got to halfway tie the arms up and this and that, so you got to be careful with them. I've seen them up to 45, 55 feet tall. The trunks can be 4 feet in diameter. They get huge. Once they die, once the cactus begins to die, it takes 5 years before the flesh starts falling off the cactus to be able to harvest them.
Doug's passion for the saguaro extends beyond the palette and canvas of an artist's studio. Or after years of studying, painting, and admiring the desert giants, he began to transform the rotting remains of fallen saguaros into furniture.
If you get them before the termites totally take them down, you can restore them and you can enjoy them for the rest of your life and the rest of our children's lives. I mean, they're beautiful. They're artistic creations. It's something that I think should be preserved forever. This cactus is from the Superstition Mountains, which is a little east of Phoenix. It weighs probably 200-300 pounds. It's about probably between 250 to 300 years old. The way the wood looks, the older it gets, the wood grows together and makes a solid piece. This is a very old cactus, and to find a piece like this is very rare. It doesn't happen all the time. When you do get a piece like this, you'd like to preserve it for people to see, since it is such a wonderful and beautiful piece.
A nagging premonition in the back of his mind has haunted Doug for a couple of years now. Old-timers in the desert warn that the mighty saguaro cactus is disappearing. No one really listened until scientific studies revealed that Indeed, something is happening to the saguaro. They are disappearing from the desert, falling from the pressures of urban growth or pollution, or both. So desperate is the decline that no longer can people remove saguaros from the desert, and even retrieving the long-dead skeletons has become a process controlled by regulation, permits, and paperwork. And every year, Doug sees his access to the rare wood slipping away.
A lot of the old timers and stuff, they talk about the cactuses and where there were millions of cactuses at one time, that whether it's the pollution or whether it's whatever's happened in the climate, there is a decrease in the cactuses. And a lot of people want to protect these, and they should protect them because someday they may not be here. These skeletons that I have stockpiled could be some of the last cactuses that we can obtain. This could be the end of them. This was painted down in the Sand Tank Mountains, down below Phoenix, and it's kind of a timeless piece. It kind of relates to the saguaros, being that they're 150, 200, 300 years old. If time could only tell a story, it's just kind of a timeless piece.
As he wrestles with the prospect of losing his greatest source of inspiration, Doug Andrews hopes his paintings of the saguaros don't become snapshots into the past. He shares that fear with the rest of the people who call Arizona home, that the desert monarchs with uplifted arms reaching toward the skies can be saved. A centuries-old symbol of survival, now crying out for help.
We're hoping they're there forever because they're awesome. They're just beautiful.